Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. Can you see me? Hello, hello. All right. Well, I'm just going to assume that I can be seen. Are you in the? Who else is in the room here? Let's see. Oh, that's a button. All right. Hello, 1, 2. Hello.
Hello.
1, 2. 1, 2. Anybody in the room? Hello. Yes, there is. Okay, cool. All right. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. How you folks doing today? This is going to be one different, if you want to say, webinar, class, whatever it is. All right, let's see here. All righty, Friday, let's do this. Let's see. Hey. All right, everybody's here. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what we got today. All right. Let's see the chat box. All right. Let's see. All right. I love technology because sometimes when it works, it works. Sometimes it don't, it don't. All right, what I'm going to go ahead and go over with you in a few minutes is a couple of things that people asked me over this week. I was pretty interested in what they asked me because I am not really sure where they actually found this. Now, this keeps coming in and out for some reason. Again, that's why I'm kind of stalling for a moment here, is to go ahead and kind of see actually what is going on. And I do not really know. So, all right. Okay, let's see. Let's get moving. Let's get rolling. And I almost want to change to another site, but I'm afraid to since I have this going here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to move to another site and see. Or maybe let's go like this. If it doesn't bother you guys, me going in and out, I have no idea. This is a brand new cam too. So I don't know what brand new has to do anything with it, but I hope it has a lot to do with it is a brand new camera. So I'll have to go ahead and see. All right, so now I just want to go ahead and say hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening again. I know this is the beginning of a new year. I want to say a happy New Year's to you guys again. I know it's like you might say, well, what do you mean happy New Year's? It's already the 10th of the month. Well, again, it's still the beginning of a new year. All right. So what I want to do is, first of all, take a good look at this image of the picture. Don't think about the movie, but understand what it represents. It represents some great things for people that are really considering seriously about their corporation and stuff, and also beginning to learn about their company and what it does. Now, I'm going to touch on something a little different today that I haven't done in a while. The only reason why I had some people call me and ask me about it, and ask about, because I used to talk about this years ago, excuse me, years ago. And next Wednesday also, for those of you that are here and those of you who are listening, I would come to the Zoom room. And the only reason why I say I would come to the Zoom room is, all right, is the fact that I mentioned it when I said a few years ago because it's starting to come up. Now, it didn't come up as quick as I was talking about it back then, and yet it's still coming up. And now a lot of you, I'll give you the link in the description on Facebook and also in YouTube and also LinkedIn and everywhere else where this goes, is that I like to go ahead and let you know that what I'm working on and what I've still been working on since then is the stuff that I'm doing. And now I'm kind of reveal it because I just set when you set the company up, your corporation up with us, I had a specific way you would set it up for this time that would come in, so you would be ready automatically, and you would say, whoa, wow, because it would be over delivering. But now I'm going to tell you for a couple of reasons, is because a lot of people have asked me about it and called me and now are definitely very interested. So, and the signups came up because of that. So what I want you to say again, Corporate Credit Blueprints, thank you for being here tonight. Also, another thing is this, I'm going to tell you, thank you for those that have subscribed. Thank you for those for the push the button. Thank you that did all the stuff that went out without us asking. I want to say thank you very much. We don't ask for it because the fact if we have to ask for it, that means we're not doing our job. And does not mean I cannot acknowledge you for the ones that have done it on your own without us asking you. I just want to say thank you and we appreciate it. And your comments have been really great. And also some have been really learning experiences inside of the comments, which is perfectly fine. I know a lot of you use the Facebook, don't like coming into Zoom. A lot of you also like YouTube as well, which is fine. Also, another thing this week, I want to let you know something. I never realized that our YouTube channel and all the folks that belong to the YouTube channel and also our staff that work with us here and the staff that are here at night also on the Sunday night is we're in Iran, Libya, and North Korea. We got banned from those 3 countries. I don't know. I mean, I figure YouTube banned, not YouTube, but the countries banned us from it. It was sent to me in a YouTube link saying that you were banned from Libya, Iran, and North Korea. I thought it was funny. I haven't had a chance to send it to my IT guy, but it was pretty interesting to be banned. And I didn't know we were going to those countries. I really didn't. I only want to be in the United States. So maybe my guy could get back in there and fix the IT, can fix that. But yeah, that is really funny. Really, really, really funny. So that's one thing I really want. I mean, hey, you know what? This is most people don't realize you can go ahead and incorporate here if you really wanted to. I don't care what country you're from. You can incorporate here because you can use a virtual. There's a way to go ahead and do it legally, of course. So tonight, I want to say I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not to be here your financial consultant. I'm not here to be your what do you call it? Your financial advisor or anything like that. All we can do is tell you what we've done and what we're doing and where we're going and what things are happening, and to let you know most of all is that we really are doing well and working with other people. Looking forward to working with you because I'm telling you, you're going to find out. As I said, the second COVID is coming, and it's not how you might think it's going to be. So let's go and let's figure this out together. All right. For some of you might have seen the video. The video had some music on it. This is what the part of it was: getting the business credit builder program to guarantee faster approvals, and also to go ahead. Oh, we got one other thing here. All right, cool beans. All right, so I got some other people. All right, cool beans. All right, good to see you guys. All right, now also your personal credit check. Corporate credit does not have to really require your personal credit check if it's done properly. If it's done really properly. Again, this is live. We don't polish it up. We don't clean it up. We don't, what do you call it? Whatever it is. Okay. I just want to let you know that you get the raw stuff. So I make mistakes at times and I'm a human. All right. If you can't accept that, then I guess you're not human. I don't know. All right. So if you care about monitoring your business credit, then you probably have a bigger goal in mind. Which means when you're monitoring, I know some people, they monitor their Dun & Brad like it's going out of style. They got to be careful. Wouldn't do it more than once a week, at least once a month. but don't do it twice, 2 or 3 times, because they'll get a little nervous and flag and have you call in and ask you why you're doing it. So just be very careful. Also, another thing is this: if you care about monitoring your business credit, then you probably have a bigger goal in mind. That is to start and grow your business. But to do that, you need more funds, right? Isn't that pretty much true? I mean, I kind of put it the way what people tell me all the time. So that's what you're here for. Some of you are here to learn, some of you listen, or to see whatever you might learn, which is okay. I mean, I don't care if you're working with another business. That's perfectly fine if you are. If you're working with another credit business, then that's fine. You learn something, go ask them. If not, you can come back and we'll be glad to work with you. There is nothing else quite like it on the market today, what I'm going to tell you. Reason why, how we structure everything else, went over the last few weeks, again, about how the United States is set up, and then also how to go ahead and the other creditors that are involved, the 15. Though those are just 15, there's a little more, but those are the 15s that actually make a difference. How even your SBFE. Now that one there, a lot don't understand that. That's the one that's really important inside to get a Dun & Brad score. That's the one you want to keep up with. Even though you don't see the reporting, you might, how come my Dun & Brad went up? Well, if you had nothing else, it's because of the SFPFE. All right. So what I just want to say is you got to understand these are the ones that make a difference too. There's a reason and a purpose why they have what they do. And one of the things is that when you're going to begin to learn about what we structure everything for, we structure it in a few ways. Also today, I have a few little gold nuggets for you, of course. All right. So anyways, so the Business Builder program is, it's an ingenious. Well, let me tell you on Genius Online, because a lot of this I would go ahead and do in a live webinar. And then it used to be a Vera conference room before we used to use long ago. So if some of you know that, then you know like I said, I've been around since 1985, so those are some of the things that we use. Technology-wise, I've always had people that always do the technology. In fact, we're probably going to put a shout out to go ahead and invite some people that actually are good with monetizing and building more of the business for us as well. So we can go ahead and not only that expand, but we can do a lot more for our customers and also for our clients and also for people that are really don't hear the message. All right, so not yet, but we're talking about it. But anyways, this is a platform you can grow. We have a full service advisory team that enables you to build lots of funds to start your growth, even your business fast. Now let me tell you, we have we have a few products that launch quickly, which you'll have everything done in the period of time that it will be done because we're doing it. Plus another thing is that you'll have a huge credit with it as well because it's designed that way. It's designed to make sure that you have the highest amount with no PG on it at all. All right, so in the 90 days to 120 days, depending where you fall at, you'll have anywhere between 50, 60, up to $250,000 reporting on your business because of the fact how we structure it and where you're going to go apply at. And no PG for any one of those, none. The reason why I'm bringing this out is that I have it because some people really, now I've been kind of selfish. Let me put it this way. I've been selfish because I was telling some of my people also, said, you know what, I don't think a lot of people really want to go ahead and pay this kind of money to get that kind of money. So I just kept it on I would just call big companies and corporations and ask them if they want it, and some will go ahead and do it because of the fact is what it gets. Now, I'm just going to start bringing it out to the general public, and you know what, if you want it, you want it, cool. If not, someone else is going to take it too, which is no big deal. There's only so many that can take at a time because of the fact is that we have a particular group that we just fully concentrate on that particular item, and I'll show you more what I mean by that later. So what is Business Credit Builder Program? Well, let's kind of start here a little bit. I'm going to jump right into this. First of all, it's a business opportunity. It's a business opportunity for you, for your business to go ahead and learn that during the pandemic, you could have made a huge difference for some people. Some of you folded up because you gave up. And I'm going to say it like it is. Some of you quit because you didn't know where to go. No one taught you what to do. Here comes this big old storm. COVID comes out of nowhere. Well, it didn't come out of nowhere. It was actually back. If you go back and study this, COVID was in the conversation. COVID was in the conversation back in 2010. 2010, around the beginning of the year, then it popped up again in June, then it popped up in August, October, and then it disappeared and it came back in 15, a conversation heavier. If you go back and really study these things, you're going to find out. I'm not saying anything's orchestrated. I'm just saying they talked about a new disease that could possibly be around. Now think about this. You got to go back again. And this is what I'm saying. Corporate credit is more than just getting credit, guys, because you got to know where you're going and what's coming at you, or the possibilities, and being ready. Like I've said in your other webinars to you, you've got to have a plan to be ready, because something's going to come up. After the 20th of June, after the 20th of January, you best be on your toes. And those of you who have your corporate credit, and if you don't have yourself daisy chained, if you don't have your division set up, you are like going to be in a world of a whole different situation, because the fact is the game's going to change. The game is going to change. When I'm saying this, you have a business opportunity. I told you about becoming the bank. I said, learn how to become the bank. Learn how to loan out money. If your corporation has a $50,000 line of credit, all right, guess what? You can go ahead and lend that out to 10 to what? 5 people at 10 grand. So 5 times 10 is 50. And the cost for a $50,000 line of credit is $612.26. Remember, I brought up to you folks about in the past month how much you waste a month. Some of you buy, again, someone brought up the conversation about their wife that buys five a day. 5 a day from Starbucks coffee. It's a little over about little over $6, but let's say $5. That's $25 a day times 5. And remember, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. Multiply that, and that's how much you get. You could actually afford to pay $612 for a line of credit of $50,000 under the business, not under your personal. Some of you know how to get slick and try to use your personal, but you use up $50,000, that shoots your whole line, you max your card out. Now your score is going to get hit. And oh, Mikey likes it. We'll go ahead and spank you online. He tells you don't do it, which makes sense. Don't do it. So here's another thing, is that what you want to do is that now you can lend it out. Now, I want to go over the basics, because I don't give you what you really need to do to lend it out, all the this, that, and the other stuff. But this is what now you're going to see the next slide in a minute. But here's what you get to do. If it costs you $612 a month, guess what? You have your COVID stimulus check right there. $2,400 a month, just on that. Just on that. Think about if you had 100. You had 48 a month. Double the COVID payment. Folks, the COVID payment needs to be designed by you. Don't let the government design it for you. In fact, let me tell you one thing. One thing that's coming down the pike, so you guys want to know, is universal, guess what? Universal basic income. Look that up. Google it. YouTube it. Whatever you want to do. It's not going to be hidden anymore. Universal basic income. Think about what that means. Go look. You'll be the first one to hear. The reason why I'm bringing it out to all you people is the clients that we have, their family. I'm preparing the family for what's coming. You want to start building your business, to start doing the stuff you need to do, whatever you got to do. I mean, there's some things that people do, and there's some things that now the stuff I've talked about where you already have reported on your stuff, $250,000, that program is guaranteed, because we're doing the work. We're doing the work. And that's why we only can take on so many, because that's what we got to deal with, those people only. But now the other thing is, you can do it on the regular side, on your own little piece by piece, like everyone shows you, like we show you. It still can be done. And then when you start getting credit lines, then you can get into the bigger program and get some of the things taken care of. When we work with you, we move things around, and then we get things going for you. But here's what I want to say. You make the difference. Just remember, I just told you, universal care, universal basic income. Also, another thing which you want to take a look at is this. You want to take a look at when they're going to start resetting the currency. Now, when I say resetting the currency, they've already tested it, but the thing is that it failed. They've already tested it and it failed. I'm going to even, like you said, I'm going to put a link inside YouTube descriptionary and also Facebook descriptionary. You can click on the link and go listen to the lady. And she's really sharp, because she's been in the thing. She's been in the industry since 1985. So have I. All right. And she's been in the arena of investing that way. And she was the one that used to work she has a lot of credentials. She's real good at what she does. And this is not a joke either. Whoever has a corporation set up correctly in the beginning of this whole mess, you don't have to worry about the universal care part, basic income. When you have a business, you're going to be in the area of the elite. And a lot of people don't believe this. They think I'm just talking smack or just talking out the wazoo. But no, I'm telling you right now, if you have a corporation, you're going to have more rights when this whole thing takes place. Put it this way. It's like taking let's say this here right here. I don't know if you can see it now. Let me see if it gets straight. This pen, let's say it's $1, but now they're going to start chopping off zeros. They're going to do what Venezuela did. Go look at Venezuela. That's coming. And if you're not prepared for it, especially, you will not make it in personal credit. You will die, not physically. I just want to let you know that it's coming. And you're going to see what I mean by hyperinflation. This is no mumbo jumbo. You wait to see what happens. The 90 days. Now, I'm not saying 90 days is going to happen. I'm saying in 90 days, you're going to start seeing the setup. In fact, it was mentioned in also a lot of the, what do you call it, when they're debating for presidency and stuff? It was mentioned. I'm not going to say who mentioned it. I'm going to let you do the work to really see, really, that I am not talking smack or poo-poo. I'm telling you guys, I'm not giving you no buffalo chips. This is now what I've been saying since 2005 all the way to current time. It's been there. A lot of you don't know what I study and what I look for, but I'm telling you it's there. There is a way out eventually, but if you have your corporation, you're set up in a way so you can have a better exit strategy from when it comes that you really won't be as affected as much, besides the effect of it. All right. So then on top of that, there's the global reset that's coming. See, a lot of you guys, you got to start studying. It's corporate credit. I'm telling you, is the power. You're going to find out how much power it really has, because if you find out those countries, the countries that's ever got involved in kind of like those where the money's changed so many times that guess what? It does this, it does that. Corporations are the only ones that have had the credit lines to going forth. They were able to go ahead and survive because those are the ones that actually hired the people, even if now it's going to be a little different, but hired the people to do the work, because now what happens when you have universal basic income, now the people become the slaves on a modern day plantation, which I've been talking about. And guess what? They sustain those businesses, the government will. I'm just telling you, folks, those of you who don't want to, I don't want to be part of the government. Guess what? If you're a corporation, you have a little more say-so in what goes on. Folks, I'm not telling you stuff just to go ahead and, I'm not trying to, it's not even to frighten you. It's education. I educate our people way beyond anybody else. And this is not something that should be just chided like non-serious. Go look it up. What do you think? Why do you think gold is going down? No one even pays attention to that. They think it's just going down because of this, because of that. Don't you think it's structured? You guys got to study the market. You guys are just, it blows me away that don't study the market. They're doing it because then guess who buys when it goes down? They keep telling people, oh, you should sell because gold's going down. Guess who's buying? Corporations, Bezos, Walmarts. They're buying because it's low. And they're telling the other mom and pops to sell. That's what they do. Because then they say, well, we can go ahead and secure a lot of stuff now because we have gold. I'm going to tell you, folks, you're going to find out one of the best things to do is why not use a corporate credit to invest in gold, or silver and real estate. Those are the three monkeys that you want. Those will do a lot of good things for you. Now, I'm going to tell you 7, 8 things down the road here in a minute. All right, back on this. And also another thing, the reason I said become the bank is because of the business opportunity here. That's what happened, corporate credit blueprints. We have way bigger than this, but I'm just telling you, this is what we got into. This is why I kept telling you, folks, learn how to become the bank and you'll have private money. Private money also is going to be another thing. If you have private money, you can control a lot of real estate, which means this. There are people that need money to go ahead and do real estate. There are a lot of people out there, investors that need to have real estate to go ahead and flip properties, to go ahead and carry through whatever it is they need. But the thing is, and it's to a non-owner occupied property, it cannot be to owner occupied. You can't, if you lie, then it's on you, because then they'll come back and they'll go ahead and we'll have to go ahead and foreclose on you, because the fact is it has to be no owner occupied, not because you changed your mind to live in it. All right, someone already tried that already. That's why I'm telling you. All right, so but this is what happens. We're a full service private money lender for real estate investors. We do most of the legwork, which means, okay, you got it under contract, bring it to us. Then we'll go over it and say, okay, this is what will qualify, this is what will get you. All right. So, and also if you have bad credit, that's cool. Then we'll base it on the property. It's not credit driven through your personal credit. It's based also on how well the property is and where you're at. You can also be in a whole bad neighborhood, and if you have the best credit in the world, we might not do it. All right. The thing is that again, it's private money, and this is what we do. Now, one of the beautiful things is that we were able to pull it because we had got enough money to go into a pool with another organization. So that's why we're able to do what we're doing. Folks, those of you aren't even thought about getting it, join some of those real estate places, and we'll go ahead and be glad to go and fund you the money. All right, just give us a call. You got the number right down there. Next thing is this. This is what I'm talking about. I showed this house before. This is what you're doing. This is what's going to also sustain you in time of the times that are coming. I'm not saying it's the doomsday. It's just going to be a huge shift in the system, and the average person that's busy working is not ready. The average person that's setting up their corporate credit from the other credit people, they're not really educating them. Okay, what's coming up? What's coming down the line? See, eventually, this is what happened before. When I started in '85, I started talking about stuff in the late '80s. Then when that happened, then I got bombarded with a lot of people because all of a sudden now they want to start a joint. And then it happened around, let's see, 85, 90, 91, 2000, somewhere 2008. So, no, actually 2006, it started picking up. 2008, man, again, flooded again. Why? Because of all the stuff that people wanted to get in, because, and they realized their personal credit wasn't cutting it. Go back and study history. It's almost every 10 years. Come on, folks, millennials, beginners, people listening to this now, this is real talk. Go check the stuff I just told you. Fact checkers, I'm calling you out today. Go look. I'm not pulling your Lego. All right. And I say, why you need business credit? One, because you get to figure out, you don't have to figure anything out. Figure anything out how to do it. You don't have to do it. We'll do it with you. We either do it for you or we'll do it with you. I'd rather have you do it with us because you'll know if something comes up what to do. You won't panic. Another thing is this. Even though we do it for you, we still highly suggest, like we can't force you, but we highly suggest that you come to the internal trainings that we have, because I'm able to cut like this one whole platform I'm talking about, back up 2 slides. That's all we would be on. And then carry it over the next week. So sometimes the thing is, I want to let you know that there's, you'll save yourself countless hours by actually going to people that actually know what they're doing in a way that know the reason why we're doing it in certain orders is because of the fact is that we want you to be aware what reports to what out of those 15 reporters that we talked about. Now, we even tell some people there's some places that you're going to pay. You got to pay to play. Bottom line is you got to pay to play. And I'm not talking paying us. I'm talking when you go to some of these vendors that say they report, you got to pay to play. You've got to pay to play. You got to pay them $89. But here's what they do. They report for 12 months. But after 12 months, you best not need them, which means you best follow what we have told you to do. Now, I'll tell you what, if we're doing it, guess what? You won't need those things in 6 months. Done with them, out of here. But the thing is, you've got to, like we have again, you got to pay to play if you really want to play hard. And some of you, I understand, you have, how do you put it? You have to modify your money to get it going. But one of the things I modify, like again, the ARCO BP card, man, I will put the $500 in that and get $1,500. Yes, it's either 715 or 30-day net. I don't quite remember which one they'll give you, but I know in the beginning they'll probably give you the 7-day or 15-day net. I believe. I could be wrong on that. But the thing is that now reports. That reports to Dun & Brad, and they say business experience. Another one is the gas card. You have Pilot J, Flying Pilot J, or Flying J Pilot, whatever. All right. They report, and I verified it again. Last week I called this to make sure. I said, I hear rumors, and they said, no, we go to Experian and Dun and Brad. It's a good card. A good card meaning that you can set up with them. So what I'm saying is that you'll learn things that you don't realize that'll work for you. Also, there's another card that you can go ahead and get, and this, some of them do soft pulls. Soft pull is if you have, a decent, I guess a decent score, whatever that is, they'll give it to you. There's some banks that do soft pulls on you on the business, and they'll give you the credit. Soft pull is just they don't run your credit report. You don't take a hit. So if your person's worried about getting a hit, well, you don't have to worry about getting a hit. Also, another thing that we have some other things in our business that we have contacts, even within our organization, that they do well with getting your personal credit straightened up, which means this: if you have a lot of, what do you want to call it? If you have a lot of inquiries, they'll help you get the inquiries out, because sometimes that can hurt you. Hurt you means if you have 10 or more inquiries, like in a month or 2 months, man, you're already hit by by personal experience already, because they'll label you as, I forgot what the word is, but kind of like maybe you're like a monster. All right. We have also someone here that will help you build your list, that you can go to them. So we have stuff here, people that know stuff, so we're not worried about that. So I just want to say also, our product's been engineered. It's been years and years of engineering our service to achieve the highest amounts of real usable business credit. And most of it now has gone to the area where we have everything. Put it this way: when we set your business up, we're setting your business up from a standpoint that's been in business for almost a little over 2 years, or 2 years plus. That's how we're able to. We have it designed to do that, but that costs something to do it. All I'm saying is that you're paying for a service for the experience that we have to get it done. A lot of people aren't willing to invest that kind of money because they either don't have it, or they're leery, or they've been burned. What else? Some of you signed up for something. Someone called me the other day. They paid $25,000 and they never received anything, except when they kept calling the person. The phone number still worked, but they never answered. Went to voicemail, or the voicemail was full. I think the person probably went into the witness protection program or something. The guy started laughing. He goes, yeah. And, and I can understand his leeriness, investing again and wondering this going to happen. But folks, let me tell you, the reason I bring all this stuff up, so you really get what we're here for. Because here's the thing: when you guys hit your scores and start getting stuff you need, then there's something we come back and ask you for. Because now you're going to be part of a team. Okay, great. You know what? Can you have this card moved over here? And then we'll have this card move over we'll do a swap. You have this card move over here, and we'll have this card move over there for you. So there's many things. That's the reason why we really push people that are in the beginning to get the stuff done, because we have a lot of different flavors after when you start getting your scores, that not only the regular cards you can apply to, but now we can go ahead and see, okay, great. Maybe someone will swap with you. You got to understand that there's a whole process that we do with that. So one of the things is this: it's very possible, and regardless of your personal credit, you don't have to have any kind of personal credit score to get this done, or cash flow, or collateral in the beginning. As we grow, there's some things you're going to need, but in the beginning you won't. Why? Because everything we apply for is $50,000 and under. But who cares if you get 4 accounts at $50,000? Would you care? No. Why would you? It's like, why go ahead and go for $250,000 and you have to provide everything plus your DNA and do a swab test on you or something, right? Here, as long as it's under $50,000, you don't need no tax returns, and you get the line of credit or the card, whatever it is. But do you care if it still equals 200,000 or 250 instead of one line and providing us a headache? And then there's some other things. I was talking to someone else, to one of our affiliates, about how to go ahead and, what if I told you can go ahead and show, if you have some assets in the bank, how to go ahead and do that structure with the bank so you have assets showing. Yes, assets showing, and also have an open credit line. Ha ha ha. And that's with no score, no personal score, okay? Yes, a credit score on the business, but not on the person. Your score could be as low as 0. It doesn't matter. Your score could be so bad that even bad says, I want nothing to do with you. In fact, the bad pays you to leave them alone. All right. So how the business credit builder can help you? Well, guess what? By combining, and it is a lot of the stuff is, when I say revolutionary, it's revolutionary because a lot of people don't share it. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you folks is because it's here, but a lot of them don't talk about it. I don't know why. It's out. I mean, it's out there, but this, now let me tell you, because everyone says this is for the rich. Well, let me ask you, do you want me to view you as not rich, as a low-life varmint? I don't think so. Any client that calls us that wants to become part of our family, one thing I tell them, we never say you can't achieve anything, because you can. You can achieve whatever you wish if we know what it is. That's why we, like I tell you, we go online, we kind of go through a thing like a doctor. Because if you say you want X, then we're going to make sure we're going to find everything we can to get you there, even if it's the slow poke way, even if it's a poor man's way. But eventually you won't have poor man. You'll be, wow, in 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, you'll have what you, at least $50,000, $60,000, and you'll be able to start now doing stuff with it, moving, doing small things, then doing big things. Because once you get it, your whole persona begins to change. Your world begins to change. So I guess I have to stop moving. When I start moving, that's when the camera loses me. Anyways, so we have a lot of expert advisors. Now, when I say expert advisors, they're going to just be experts in getting you where you want to go on the basic level. They call and check on you. Some stuff you might know that you know more than them, which is fine. This is why the reason why we have the meetings. Also, another thing, you're going to have some people that will eventually that come up through the ranks. They'll be able to talk to you about it as well. Here's the thing. You can rest assured that getting the right steps in the right order to essentially guarantee that you'll get approved with the highest limits, lowest rates, and longest terms, even as a startup. That's why we say you want to get 5 reporting on your Dun & Brad with the 5 highest. This week, again, I came out earlier and I told you that strategic is no longer reporting to Dun & Brad. They report to Credit Safe. Credit Safe is fine, but you know what? Let it get reported to, let Credit Safe have it reporting in another way. Instead of, you want to have at least business experience and also a Dun & Brad. And if Equifax comes along with it, that's perfect. If not, Equifax will be built. But you want to build those 3, but you definitely want to get the Dun & Brad business experience and the Equifax. That's why most of the stuff, products that we do, I can say, oh, we want to make sure you get a 3 for, which means you have the Equifax business experience and Dun & Brad. But if not, Dun & Brad's going to have to work for the moment. We want to get to the score because that's one of the most used. But then business experience is second. It's used for cash credit, cash lines. They use that to look at. Then they pull a secondary if it's not strong, Dun & Brad. So this is the reason why you want that. Even Dun & Brad, if it's weak, they'll pull the business experience. Your business experience can be stronger than Dun & Brad. Don't get me wrong. But you want to see if you can keep a level balance. So that's what I'm talking about. And also, we help, and we understand that there's a lot of stuff. When I say secret, I'm not saying that it's not known, because your big Fortune 100s know this, and the other ones, they're just sporadic. And on YouTube, if you go out and look at this now, the stuff I'm talking about, if you go back and look at a lot of my YouTubes, you have not found this with anybody exposing this to you. Now you say you're getting this for free. You are, but you aren't. Why? Because you need the pieces to put together. You think I'm going to tell you without the pieces? You're crazy. And to find the pieces, you're definitely going to have to dig. And are they there? I'm going to tell you, no. Some of them aren't. I'm going to tell you about almost 75% of them aren't. Why? You have to call in to where they're at, which I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to call in and talk to them, and they're going to ask who you are. And there's some things you need to know what to say. I don't tell you that right now, but I'll tell you when you join us, absolutely, when you join, especially in that particular program. Now, another thing is this. So when anybody there's secret unpublished underwriting, there is. See, there's something you've got to begin to understand that, let's see. Well, let's say some of you have a gas card from a company. You want to look in the back of the gas card. There's some things it tells you about something, which I'm not going to even mention. And I guarantee you, you're going to miss it because you don't know that's what it's there for. But that piece of information is the piece that will tell you what to do. So I gave you enough, okay? Gonna have to play guessing games. Your turn. Now, the reason why, and also the underwriting gives you the requirements. Let me ask you, if you knew the exact requirements that you needed going in, how would you set up your Dun & Brad? That's what I give even the beginners. They kind of laugh. Well, I got this Zuma card. What's wrong with that? I got a pilot card. I don't have to go to pilot. So what? It's a setup. It's a setup to get you what you want. So if you have 2 cards reporting, isn't it nice to have 2 cards reporting? Then you only have to deal with 3 of the, like maybe the Granger, the U line, and maybe Granger and U line. You might, like I said, those are like the 3rd or 4th step when you have something reporting, or sometimes it's a hit and miss with them. It's just weird. I mean, I have someone that had 17 years of business with really no credit on it, or 16 years of business, and they got Granger. Who knew? And we got Granger when we were doing a Zoom call, and the guy just didn't want no DUNS number, didn't want anything. Just wanted the name of the company, looked it up, and then came back on the phone and said, you're approved for $1,000. I mean, cool. That's cool. But guess what? One of the most beautiful things about that is that no rhyme or reason. That's why I like the cards. The cards give you rhyme and reason. You buying gas. Gas is something that you use, something that you can see. Some of you that don't know how to walk by faith, you walk by sight. That's why you get hit upside the head so many times. That's what I'm saying. You like the cards. So I want to give you a card. Some of you are doubting Thomases that have that want to touch the needle in or the hole in the hand or in the wrist. Here you go. That's why we give you cards. Another thing is this. There's some places they'll give you that. Now you can go to these 2 other places I talked about. Creative CEO. That's like, I think it's $89. All right, you can get that, get your instant credit, and guess what? They report. Then you can go to Crown's Office Supply. You're going to pay, I think, $99 or $89, one of the 2. And guess what? Now that's another one's going to report. And guess what? Now you have 4. The thing is, you're going to have to pay to play. You're going to have to pay. Hey, those of you who went to college, don't you dare tell me, well, it cost too much. If it cost too much, why'd you go to college for? And what do you end up with? A piece of paper you can go ahead and light your cigarette with? You can't even go ahead and wipe your booty with it. It's so rough and chaff. All I'm trying to tell you, folks, you want to look at something. If you're going to invest in something, you want someone's going to invest that you invest in. That means you invest in it. That means you're going to do the work. Or if you have someone else do the work, you're going to learn along the side. It's like, okay, we just call you, okay, grasshopper. Now, grasshopper, you do this. Up, down, right, left. Pay up, pay down. Because this is what we're going to show you. Even though we're building it for you, everything, we want you to know when a storm comes at you, you run to it, you're the lion, and you don't even lose sleep over the opinion of sheeps, whatever, telling you, oh my God, look at this coming, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. Come on. Get off the whatever you call it. But folks, you can have it. You can really have your dreams. All I'm saying is, look, we're here to play. Let's have things happen. All right. Also, another thing, when I say we decoded the entire process for you into easy, follow bite-sized steps, yes, it's true. Bite-sized is real simple. That's why when you come, we tell you, get this done this week, get this done this week, and get this done this week. Some things in between getting things done, you can go ahead. Also, another thing is this, if you're interested in learning more about the Business Credit Builder program, guess what? Here's another thing. Those of you who've heard it, I know you have heard it. You've heard us. You've had questions in your mind, but what are you worried? Again, you have my solemn promise. We're not here to sell you on it, because if I have to sell you on it, that means you're going to be a pain in the booty customer. I don't want that. I want someone that knows what they want. You can even call in and say, you know what? I don't have a business in mind, but I get now it's a wise idea to have my money ready to go when I'm ready to go. That's right. We had people sign up that way. They had nothing in mind, and now they're ready to go, and they have their $200,000, whatever they needed to go ahead in business credit, trade credit, vendor credit, cash credit. Because vendor credit, maybe you need office stuff, so you get office stuff. You don't have to use your cash. You're going to save the cash if you're going to hire someone, maybe 1 or 2 employees when you get started. Whatever, you'll have the cash here to get them going so you generate your money. Because when you first start out with hiring an office, now you have an office expense. You have internet, phone. You have the employee expense. It's just, you got expenses. That's going to cut into your income that you're first used to in the first 90 days. So the first 90 days, you're going to eat a little differently and be wise. But what I'm saying is that then, since you have business, now the business begins to pick up, because you're going to have to educate them and show them. It takes a hit. A lot of people don't understand that. It does take a hit. And if you find someone that's experienced, guess what? They want your right arm and left arm. And also another thing, don't be bullied into when someone says, hey, I need an advance. They would never dare ask Amazon, may I have an advance because I need it? They would tell them, I'm sorry. Guess what? Same thing I tell them. I'm sorry. We're a big company. We don't do that. We don't. We don't do a loan. We don't do any of that, because guess what? They just might disappear. Go around. Go ahead and ask Apple, Amazon. It's not that they don't have any compassion. They've learned. If you have over 3,000 people working for you, times 100 a month bailing on you because they got an advance, guess what? That's a lot of money. So can you afford one person bailing on you and put the time in? No, that's crazy. And some will bail and not even tell you. So there's a way we tell you also in our classes how to set your payroll up. So when they're paid and they decide to bail, they don't have to come back. They just don't show up. No problem. Amen. Hallelujah. So all I'm saying is, just give us a call. Just spend a few minutes with us. Give us 30 minutes. We'll go over with you. We'll ask a question about your business, what you're looking for. And we'll ask you, okay, look, this is what we have for this. Based on what you said, we have this. Or you can do this starter package, blah. This is what it is. What would you like to do? And then you have to go, If you're a person that's undecisive, we're not going to make the decision for you. I'm sorry. You're going to have to tell us, because it's your choice. And then from there, we know you made the choice, not us. All right. Now, things to get approved in the business credit, the benefits of business credit. Folks, let me tell you, the benefits of business credit is one of the most greatest things there is, because you can get approved with high limits, revolving credit cards in your business name, no personal credit checks, no personal guarantees. You have the largest supply of business credit sources. All right. We have access to them. Also, another thing is that you have the vendor, store, fleet, cash credit links to your EIN and not to your social security number. Also, when I say concierge coaching and serving with you, with our business credit advisors, they'll call you. You can call us up anytime. When I say anytime, we mean 24, not 24/7. It's 22/7. Give us a few hours of sleep, would you? All right. But you can call us up and set up appointment time. Usually when you call us, we always set up a time with you, because on the spot, it might not be right away. Might say, we can call you back in 30 minutes because I'm on the line with another customer, or I have another customer call here in the next 5 minutes. I'll call you within this period, within the 1 hour, this 4 o'clock, whatever. We'll ask you what time does work for. We'll call you back today. I've had some people say, I can't talk till 10 o'clock at night. Cool, we'll call you 10 o'clock at night. Hey, here's the thing. We're here for you. And if some things we can't, I've had some situations where I couldn't be here because something happened in my family and stuff like that. So guess what? We still got the call done. I just want to let you know that getting your business credit profile quickly, we get it set up for you. We activate it, get it done with Brad, Experian, Equifax commercial. Also, another thing is we save you time and money. On the Equifax commercial, sometimes we don't get it right away. We just leave it alone, let it get generated. We just have you set it up. Guess what? Most people don't understand this. If you really want to do it the super duper fast way, if you really want it, God, I can't just move. I feel like a little stiff mummy. All right. The super duper fast way, if you set up, you say you got your corporation, tax ID, you have your checking account number, phone number, a website, and better yet, let's say super duper that you're just working on those things, but you do have your tax ID number and you do have your DUNS number. All right. Not even a phone number yet. except your cell phone. But that's not a wise idea. Actually, as soon as you get your tax ID number, it's very wise to get a phone number ASAP, because you want that number. You don't want to use your cell phone all the time. You want to forward it to your cell phone. And with that said, then you also want it to where it's given to you. Okay. Now, with that said, is this. You went to the place that I tell you, $89, $99. There's actually a few more I'll give here later on to you. But here's the thing. You put those two on there first and pay the 89 bucks. That's what I say, you're going to have to pay to play. Pay the 89 bucks, you have automatically too reporting every month. You won't have to, and those you won't have to order every month from them. Also, the next thing you get two more. You got the Flying J card you can get as long as you have a checking account number and a bank account number. You can open one up there. Now that gives you three. But see, nobody wants to pay to play, or it's not in your budget, which is okay. I understand that. So you have to go to those places that will go ahead and set you up. They won't ask you for that. You know, like you're like the vendors. You know, Pilot J is a good one, but they don't ask you for anything up front. There's that, but your bills are paid quickly. Every other, I think it's 2 times a week, pretty much, for a while, for a month, or I think a month and a half. All right, but then it's done. You're just showing your credit worthiness, so they can extend it to you a lot, so you have a little longer to pay. So that's how quick you have 3 of them reporting real quick. Now, on top of this another thing is you're getting your business credit financing through your own financing suite with us. You enjoy the experience, and we have English and we have Spanish. So we have a bilingual team that will actually be able to speak to you. All right, from that point on. All right, cool. All right, never bring the pain home. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is where it gets really, it's going to get very interesting for you. All right. Now he's going, huh? Okay, that's right. That's what most of you do. Guess what? We do it back to you like, why are you humming? What's going on? All right. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, which means this. You should have a company that's building your credit and also a division that you do your business with. I don't care what you do. You should have your business doing in the division area, because that's where your line of defense is. I explained to you why the line of defense is there. And when you get to the point, some of you are out there as well that I just got, when you get to a point, eventually you can switch it around. Nothing wrong with it. You can switch it around, create another corporation if you wish, have this corporation be the one of your divisions, but also be a subsidiary. That's why you have the line of defense. You set up the line of defense. Never bring the pain home. Because what's coming down the pike, let me tell you this. What's going to happen eventually in the system that you're going to see, that when they do the reset, you're going to be glad. I'm going to tell you why you're going to be glad you did the setup. You're going to be glad that you did the setup, because of the fact is that you want to have, here's the thing you want to have. You want to have something barterable in your life that you can barter. Also, another thing is this. Have your corporation get the corporate credit and start investing in gold and silver. All right. Now, when things happen, because it's going to happen within your lifetime, before the 4 years are up, you watch. You watch that I said this. And the link I'm going to put in the description on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. Click on that link and you'll go there and you'll hear the lady explain it all in detail for you. But also, it's going to happen is this. The few will do the owning, and who has a corporation will be the few. If you're a person without a corporation, you're going to be one of the people that are going to be, guess what? You're going to be leasing everything for the rest of the time of you're on this planet until it changes somehow. You're going to lease back everything in life, and then you have to extend what leasing is. You'll be leasing all the time and never owning, in other words. You'll always be leasing your car, which you already are, but some people don't want to hear that. And also the same thing at home. You don't even own your home because you only get a deed. You don't get the real deed to the house. Because if you really owned your own home, i.e., you wouldn't be paying taxes on it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm not even going to get into it because it's a subject that, a lot of you brainwashed so much you haven't done any studying. You won't really you won't ever have to pay taxes on your house again. But from this point on, understand that leasing back, you're gonna, when you lease, just like when you lease a car, when you buy a car, you think you own the car, because you don't own the car. Because if you did own the car, you would not have to go ahead and pay for a license plate anymore, because you own it outright. All right, just have to register the license plate. Okay, I understand that. Then also that you would not have it taken away for not paying the license tags on it, because it's not your car. If it was your car, you wouldn't have to pay all that stuff. And the people go, well, that's just part of the system. No, it's not. It's part of what you didn't read, and the fact is you don't understand how it works. Google stuff. I'm telling you stuff that our people get in our course and when you join us. But I just want to let you know. Also, another thing is this. Remember, why do people? How do I go ahead and say this? People are buying overvalued instruments. See, that's why they say gold's going down, and they're buying it. Oh, well, you know, the dollar's up. That's an overvalued instrument. If you don't know what an instrument is, go learn what it is. Google it, what it is. All right? It's overvalued. And also, since it's overvalued, all right? See, a lot of people understand is that you want to buy stuff that has a meaning to it, that has worth to it, like gold, silver, land. 3 things. Those are things that have worth. Rubies, that has worth. Okay? But here's where it's going. Overall, like for instance, it's overvalued. A lot of the stuff has been overvalued. The instruments, right? The instrument is so overvalued and designed to rob you. An instrument is so overvalued, it's designed to rob you. You really have to think about that. Mortgage-backed securities are overvalued and is designed to rob you. Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. All right? Because if you have $1 trillion times 0 is 0. That's it. Nothing else. All right. You're going to start learning not to bring the pain home. You're going to start positioning yourself when things happen in society, you're ready. This is not crazy talk either, folks. This is real talk, because you can Google everything I'm saying. Here's a person that right here that he got $15,400 because of the fact they followed the program and they knew what they wanted, they knew where they were going, and they were willing to put money. In fact, this person borrowed the money and paid the person back. That's all I'm going to tell you. He borrowed the money. That's how much he believed in himself, not me, not in a corporate credit blueprints. But this is how much he valued in what he knew what he was doing. And guess what? It's right there. Also, another thing is this. What you want to begin to understand is that things are going to change. You want to have this access. Your personal credit will eventually, it's going to shift on you. You can go ahead and say you heard this here again. This is going to be far-fetched for some of you to put your hands around. But what if I told you that your personal credit is going to change to a way that if you use more than 25% of what you're given, they cut you off? Again, fact checkers, Google the facts. You people out there listening, Google. And you'll see why a lot of people like being with it, because not only do you learn how to go ahead and build a business, you learn what's coming down the pike and you learn what's happening. You'll understand, wow, okay, cool. You'll get it. You'll get the game that's going on that you have been so blind to, because they keep you working so you won't study and learn. So I'm going to tell you the reason why I have done this so much and I've learned this in 1985, and I'm not out in space, folks. I've learned it because I've been there. I've been there where I've been made wrong for stuff that was never wrong. I've learned stuff. And top of that, I've lived in a garage with my family way back in the 80s, because I have 2 businesses failed. I bankrupt 5 times. But my credit's now good. Why? Because I understand the game now, my personal credit. I understand the game. The game is, guess what? How to have both in balance. And so when the system changes on you, you're not surprised and saying, oh, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, poor me. No. Come on, folks. Here's another thing is this. We take the time to educate you because of the fact we want you to win. We want you to win, no matter what. That's the name of the game. Win, 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 no matter what. And don't you dare try to go out there and try to build your corporate credit and try to run off of it. You run off of it, and they ask me, I'm going to say something. It's not about that. It's about you winning the game. And if you honestly can't win the game, cool, then bankrupt it and close the job out. Follow what the rich do. You think the rich care about filing bankruptcy? There's so many. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 6 times. I think it was 7, but I'm going to say 6. But no one cares about that. Look how much money they're making now. Folks, it doesn't matter what happened before. Everyone starts out small. Everybody does. But did they teach? But see, the reason why they're able to come forth, they knew the game. How did Steve Jobs learn the game? Man, that poor guy got used and abused and booed off stage. They stole his stock from him. They kicked him out of his own corporation he funded. They kicked him out. But guess what? He was smart in that arena, but then he got wise to say, you know what? How can I get this back? What do I need to do? Who do I need to go to? What information do I need? And guess what? He didn't go to an attorney first. He went to people that understood the game about how did I lose my stock and they kicked me out? How can I get it back? What do I need to do? And they told him. Then he got the attorney on board because they referred him to one and said, okay, this is the one to help you structure it. Then he got it back. Folks, what I'm telling you is that associate yourself that someone really gives a hoot because they don't want you to lose. So when the epidemic comes again, because it is coming again, and it's going to be in a worse way than you ever thought. That's why people despise Trump, because of what you're going to see what's going to happen after the 20th of this month in the next 4 years. You're going to see what I'm talking about. All part of it come to fruition. That's the reason why I didn't like him. He was not allowing that. He was not going to play along with it. So guess what? We got to spit on him. We got to go ahead and tell him he's a low-life varmint. We got to convince the public. And then they get, I guess, these wild people doing wild things. I don't believe a lot of that wild stuff, but that's actually my thought. It's not my opinion. There's 2 different things, thought and opinion. But I can tell you, for one of the reasons, that's the reason why they kept him out. That's the reason why they bashed him so much. But now watch what happens. Watch what happens, folks. All right, so now we can go on from there. Now you understand that. Here's the thing. Here's what I keep telling you. Each division, you have a parent corp, and you can have its own tax ID, its own setup for credit reports. This is how we set our people up in the beginning that pay for the elite particular program. Because we handle this, we get this, and we get this going. And then people don't even realize this, each subdivision can have 2 more subdivisions. Each division can have a subdivision. So this is one division 1, has 3 divisions, and then also one can have, each one is going to have 2 divisions. So it'll be 1, that's 3, that's 4, right? That's 6, that's 8, that's 10. It'd be 10 divisions. Let me ask you, if this parent company had 100K, you could have 100 million because these are divisions. That's right. I'm not going to tell you how to set up, but a lot of people, they screw it up so much. It's pathetic. I'm sorry to say it. They do. It's pathetic. I don't understand it. But that's the reason why we go ahead and teach you and show you the step by step, even if we do it for you, even if you don't do it. And a lot of people try to set up right away, and they make the biggest mistake doing something when they set it up right away. I'm going to get one right now. No, you don't get one right now. You get it when you get a card. And if you don't get it when you get a card, you're going to be way behind, because here's the deal. You're going to need 90 days of that to kind of take care of itself. If you have a card right now, I would call up your company and say, look, if you know the name of the division, get it set up. Now, there's some states, I have to report, that is horrifying, horrific, way beyond, I don't know. But in Georgia, their divisions cost $160, where in some states it's $35. I don't know why, but in that particular state, I had one client, an affiliate, telling me, hey, I just might as well spend the few more dollars and get myself a corporation. And he was right. I didn't know that. So because before it wasn't like that. Atlanta was Georgia was not like that. So I just want to let you know that's one state that's kind of like, whew, I don't know. I have no idea. But that's tough to have a DBA that costs you $160. We. I guess they don't want you to have divisions. So, anyways, but this is what I'm telling you. We can take this and get you for 1.6. The reason why it's 16 million, because if you have 1.6 million here and you did 9 across, they'd be total of 10. 10 times 1.6 is what? 16 million. Do you know how to do that, folks? That's what we show you. You guys won't ever have to be. And guess what? You don't have to worry if one of those divisions go bad. Because remember, debt follows tax ID, and you will understand why Trump, the Clintons, and okay, I'm gonna go back, but they're already passed already. But Johnson, President Johnson, do you know President Johnson had a helicopter factory? I was told this. I don't know exactly how he was tied in with it, but he was making sure that during the Vietnam War that the helicopters were being manufactured there based on what I've been told and understood. So I have not checked. But the source is telling me, I believe, is very reliable. Now I might be saying a little, something's a little off, but I know that source is very reliable. So, but yeah, think about it, folks. You have no idea what the corporations open doors for you. They open doors for you. As long as you don't sell your soul, it opens doors for you. You heard me, I said that. As long as you don't sell your soul. All right. Remember I told you earlier, plan on the problems. There's always something that's going to go wrong. That's why I'm telling you, when you have your corporation and set up, when the things begin to change in the system is going to change. Remember, the system is going to change. Guess what the new money is going to be? Guess what the new money is going to be? And a lot of you probably don't have it even guessed. It's not the Euro nonsense, even though it's out there, but it's still not going to be that. It's not going to be like they go ahead and revalue the dollar. That stuff's going to be unprinted away. Now, if you have gold and silver, you have something to barter with. If you have land, you have something to barter with. If you grow food, crops, whatever the area you're in, what people eat the most, then you have something to barter with. Now, on top of this is this. You want to remember this. What the new money is going to be, it's going to be backed by contracts. The money that you get in paper is going to be backed by contracts. I tell you, some contracts are overvalued. Watch what I just told you. Again, fact checkers, take it. Guess what, corporations? That's why I say, I'm going to flip all the way. Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's why I said become the bank. That's why I say learn how to have money to loan money on what? On real estate. Isn't that a contract? That contract will eventually be overvalued because the property goes up. So that 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000 or whatever you did on the property. Why do you think we got into it? Why do you think corporate credit blueprint says, look it, you want to borrow money, just a hard money? It's hard money, folks. It's private money. 6 to 15%, depending on how bad it is. And so another thing about President Johnson, how it happened, a lot of people were stockholders in Bell helicopters, is how a lot of them is actually how Johnson became a millionaire. So this is what I'm saying, folks. Contracts are going to be the new money, and you've just been given the key to the kingdom to start getting contracts, which means in real estate. I had this years ago, and it did it did a little bit come out because the way they redid stuff in 2008. But I've been talking about it since 85. No, I got slapped around 85 a little bit. About 88, 87. So I just want to let you know is that, again, it's going to be the new money is going to be backed by contracts. And right now, contracts are overvalued. So what happens when contracts get overvalued? The money goes up. Right now, a lot of, here's the thing. Let me just tell you this. Let me tell you this. See, even if you have cash right now saved in your banks, I got a lot of cash saved up. You're still spending it, whether it sits there or not. A lot of people laughing when I say that, but you're still spending it. You want to know why? Because you're paying You're paying with it with inflation. You're paying with it with inflation. Now, if you had gold, property, silver, and other things, and contracts that have a value that will stay, you're set. I mean, set. You won't be caught so much in the riff, because when you have money to loan, you're going to have contracts to get. Hello? I'm just telling you, folks, it's contracts, contracts, contracts. It's going to be contracts. Again, just to give you one little clip again, as this is way back in the past, but I'm telling you, we go look in the present moment, you'll find a lot of business why and how the owners became billionaires. It's because either they're stockholders in certain things, like President Johnson was stockholder in Bell Helicopters, is how he became a millionaire, because there was contracts. Those stocks are contracts. Contracts, contracts, contracts. So again, contracts. Those of you say you have money in the bank, you're paying it with inflation, my friends. You're paying for it just sitting there with inflation. You don't have anything that has a contract value or a value like gold. So the difference between us, but the difference between us, corporate credit blueprints, than the other people out there that are teaching you, we're preparing you for the future that's really coming. And then also another thing is this, think about this, your corporation, if you do it right, which we give you the structure, and again, we're not here to be your attorney. We're not here to go ahead and be your financial advisor. We're not here to go ahead and be your CPA. But I'm telling you this, if you get done stuff correctly now in the beginning, is that, guess what? You'll have your things in place. And when I'm saying what's so brilliant about having a corporation, the corporation itself, you can put things in just like the rich do, and upon your demise, or let's say a little more harshly to wake some of you up, upon your death, when you die dead, or your demise, guess what? It'll be all in the corporation. You won't have to go through probate. You won't have to go through any of that. It's told it's already done how to be moved and everything else. And that's what's the brilliant thing how corporations are. You don't have to go. The person dies. If the assets are tagged just right, there's a way to tag the assets. Guess what? No probate. And then you don't have to worry about anyone coming back and saying this or that. The wife or the husband or boyfriend, even if you're not married, you can put it in there and do it where it says if anything happens, it still stays there and you still control it. Folks, there's so many ways to do these things. But some attorneys won't tell you because they want to make the money and do an irrevocable trust or something like that. So anyways, let's keep on going. So what we do also here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, I want to teach you how, the difference for us other ones is that we are here to earn and you're here to earn. You're here to make money, not only what you do, but what are other ideas, like even becoming the person where you can loan money. What if you loan money on a business? What if you loan money on a business? What if the person's flipping a house? Now, remember, the real estate now market's changed a little bit too. It's good it can be good to have flippers, but you're gonna have to find it because some of the house now there's not a lot of houses on the market now. All right, because it's still strong, but there's still flipping available. The only reason why I got into it now after, because it's going to change again. It's going to shift. You know what? So we get like 10, 20, 30 people a month versus 100. That's fine. Even 20 a month. It's still contracts, folks. Contracts are power. You can take those contracts and assign them over. Here's one thing I'm going to tell you about the contracts and the real estate contracts. Once you do the deal, once you do the transaction, let's say you lend someone to flip the house, you now have also money in the contract itself. There's contracts in the contracts, as you can sell that contract. You can sell half of it. You can sell all the interest. You can sell part of the value of what is future value of it. I mean, there's so many ways. You have also another thing is you have the right of the first right of refusal if they decided to go ahead. You know what? I want to pay you off early, or someone else wants to do this. Or for instance, let's say you buy and hold the house. Let's say you get from us a 30-year loan that's due in 5, which is a balloon, and the person wants out of that. Well, guess what? We have the first right of refusal where we have the right to buy it at the discount instead of going to somebody else. See, there's all kinds of ways you can make money with this, folks. There really is. Even the option contracts, a lot of people talk about. I knew that about that was so old hat. That was done. That started. Guess when that first started? Again, fact checkers, go check this out. A lot of the industry was like a brand new thing. No, it's just been forgotten because a lot of people used it before and did a lot of illegal things with it, and so that people got a little pissed with it. The government got a little happy with it and slapped a few people, so they stopped it. Never became a law against it. Not a law against to do what they're doing. In fact, I like the idea. It's great. It's not even an idea. It's awesome. It started way back in the early 1900s. God, what was his name? It's a guy that had the steel mill. It's pretty popular. He actually started that. So, fact checkers, go check that, please. All right, now next thing. All righty. So again, we know what the new money is going to be. It's going to be backed by contracts. Do you realize the GDP? The GDP is backed by contracts right now. The GDP is backed by contracts right now. Now, this is why I say if it's backed by contracts, you want to go ahead and receive this kind of money in a business loan so you can do something, which now see, they have a contract on the business, but now your business can go contract that to whatever you're going to buy to multiply it. See, these are the things you want to begin to realize. Contract. Contract's going to be the new money, which means backs the money, which has the money increase or decrease based on contracts. Right now, go search this, please. Go search this, you fact checkers, monsters out there, please. I know there's some real, I really appreciate if you're such that person, that's all you do, that's perfect. But go back and fact check those. Fact check those. Again, the GDP is backed by contracts. All right. Also, we'll go in a little later on some other stuff, but that's about it. There's a lot more I can go ahead. I'm going to have to continue this later. All right. You want to cry? You bet. You bet you want to cry. Because I tell you what, it's coming. It's here. You just don't see it yet. All right. 4 points of income. I tell you, real estate. I'm going to tell you some other stuff later. Real estate. I'm going to even tell you franchise real estate, because it's still a contract tangible item. Also, another thing here, here's what's included for the elite program, and also with the elite program. This is the stuff, the elite program, that we do everything here for you. That means also when we do all the setup, we even fixed your damaged business credit. Again, just call us and we'll go over things with you. Don't be afraid. Again, we're not going to sell you anything. Call us. You can call us tomorrow, Monday through Friday. Saturday, we're here Saturday as well. And some people are working this weekend because we're pushing pretty hard on this. I tell you, the SBFE, that's one of the things that we really make sure that you get reported, because that reports to Dun & Brad in the way that you do not realize how it reports. But also another thing is this. Here's what's so important. In 60 to 120 days, if you start it now, you would have anywhere between, depending what program you pick, between 50 to 250,000 in business credit in your business name only. Now that 250, I'm talking is you're going to show 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, whatever it is, 530s in different categories. Why? Because that's the important part, because you need credit line showing, you need this showing. We're going to get those for you. So now after you get done, you can go apply for those yourself, because it'll all be set up. We do all this for you. And plus, on top of that, you'll also be able to get PayPal revolving credit access, 12 months of business support. You have 90% full credit monitoring services. You have secured business loans within 72 hours after we complete everything. 5 years of financing office support, which will be around, in other words. All right. Also, another thing, you'll have the auto vehicle financing with no personal guarantee when you get done within the 6-month period. Within the 6-month period. If you go to the elite program, if you do the one that's the smaller one, you can still get there. But again, here you're still going to have to. If you do it on your own, you're still going to have to spend, like I said, money. Like I told you, again, you go to other areas, other things. I tell you where you go to, like say Crown Office Supply, CEO Creatives. You have to spend money there, but that's 2 reporting automatically. Then I tell you Flying J. That's another one they'll give you, as long as you have a bank account. All right, those are 3 right there. Right there will report to Dun & Brad for sure, and Business Experian. All right, those 2, and I think one of them reports to Equifax. All right, but I don't concern myself with Equifax at the point. We make sure it's all in there anyways. So now you have those 3 that would actually get it. Now on top of that, you also want to go to Global Industries. Global Industries is another one. All right. Also, you want to go to Amsterdam Printing. Now Amsterdam Printing requires, guess what, up front? There's another fee up front. It's 50 to 60 bucks, I think it is, or 90. No, yeah, 50, 60 bucks, I think it is. And then that's another one. Those are the ones that get you on there. Those are the ones that report. You pay them, you report. That's it. That's how it goes. That's paying, because you're going to have to pay either Quill, you're going to pay Uline, you're going to pay Granger, you're going to pay, well, I don't know about Zoom and Strategic, not anymore. you're going to pay to order services like when you were 18 years old. You had no credit. You had to go ahead and pay. You just had to pay to get credit. So this is the same thing. So what do you pay $89 and they report on you? So what? There's just so many things you're able to do to win the game. And we'll just do all the setup for you all right here. And you'll have the coaching and training. And give us a call. Even say, look, I'm working on a shoestring budget. Be honest. Okay, great. Here's what we have for a shoestring budget for you. Say, look, I'm a master blaster. I want to really get some scores out there. I have this, but my business I think is kind of damaged. Great. We'll run a credit report. All right. We'll get a credit report run on both business and also the Dun and Brad. And then we'll go ahead and see what they have. Then on top of that, when we go ahead and do all that, then we can go ahead and design it. Maybe we might design this. You might have some. Let me tell you this. Even if you have a company that's all kind of weirded out, but you're still paying on some things, I bet you have some good accounts. We have a strategy that the rich use that we can even take the good pieces. And if you just start a company, we can have the good pieces moved to the brand new company while working on fixing the other company. All right. And then that history is going to follow that new company and we can start from there too. There's many ways, folks. Or you say, you know what? I never had a company. I want you to build it for me. And this one we guarantee because we're doing the work. If we're not doing the work, you're relying on you to do it, there's no guarantee because I can't guarantee if you're going to do it. Most of the stuff we get done right away, except the reporting. The reporting gets done. It's the day we get your tax ID and DUNS number, the reporting will start getting done. And then on top of that, it takes time for it to hit, especially Dun and Brad. So within 90 days or so, you'll definitely have it all. And on top of that, then by your 4th or 5th month, 6 tops, you'll be able to go get your vehicle in 6 months. All right. But it's up to you. How do you want to play the game? Then you're many things. Then you start applying. You'll be able to start applying for your Visa, MasterCards, other stuff. And there's things we have to structure it in a way so you can get it. And 6 months based on this, you'll be able to go after those cards. Visa, American Express, trade lines, stuff like that. Why? Because again, everything's structured right. We have set it up for you. All right. Okay. Next thing is this. All we want to do is repackage your whole life for you. That's what we're looking for to do. So you're not caught in this particular storm. The next thing is this, is that when I say why you need the business credit builder is because guess what? You don't have to figure anything out. We do all the energy for you. Okay. We have the highest amounts, making sure that you are properly reporting to your Equifax retail, Equifax financial, your SBF, you PayNet and Experian. PayNet's another one. PayNet is your leasing. That's why I say 5 or 6 months, because you'll have your leasing and everything set up because how we set everything up if we do the work, because we use a lot of stuff from within the corporation that we have to get that done. So now another thing, we just let you know real quick. Again, we had someone here receive $120,000, and guess what? They stand it out. They did really good. They opened up the company. He was encouraged to see smoothly the process and obtain financing, and their financing just went through. So again, there's a number. I'm saying just call us. In fact, I'll even allow the tire kickers, the tire kickers, the naysayers, the unbelievers, the ones that have been beat up, spit on and boot off and ripped off from other companies. Give us the call. I'm not going to convince you of anything. Just tell me what you're looking for. I'm going to tell you this is what we have. And then here comes this, that. End of story. End of story. All right, cool. But those who are really going to tell you, just think this is June. This is January. This is January. So you have February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Let's say August. By August, you can have all this stuff that we talked about. You have the auto leasing. You'll have your business probably already going as well because you have money in between there. And whatever you want to do, you have that. And on top of that, after that, you'll have that particular part done. Then we can start daisy chaining your credit. And that's a whole nother level, a whole nother education. Then we can take whatever money you have. So let's say you have the first part. Let's say you have $250. Let's say you have $300,000. We're going to go ahead and be able to daisy chain most of that $300,000. Credit lines you can't. Except there's a way if you do it, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, you can do it all appropriate, but you just can't thoroughly daisy chain it. But there's a way to do it where now one dies and one grows, and that's a whole other conversation. But anyways, you're able to go ahead and daisy chain that. So now you have 300,000 times 4. How much is that? That's 1.2. Now let's say we expand it to 5 or 6 or 10. That's how much is that? How much is that? 300,000 times 10. Isn't that 3 million? Folks, I'm telling you, it's awesome. Contracts. This is the time to start developing the game you want to get into. And here's the beautiful thing. If you ask your accountant, hey, can I write this off? Hey, can I write this off? It all comes off the top, folks, just like the big boys play. So I just want to say to you, again, funding up to $250K for qualified businesses that are at least 2 years or old. Business under 2 years older, qualifying for funding as well. Amounts are very dependent on industry, which means this. If you're under 2 years, we can still get you some qualifying, like 100, maybe 120, 15, 19, 20, 50,000. All right. We do have specialty classes, which I talked about. We also have a credit rebuilding program if your personal credit is in the funk, and also your business. We also have a credit setup. We'll do the setup for you, but it's going to cost. We're not going to do it for free. That's why I say what packages you join sometimes will offer this. The setup means this. You're going to pay the state fee to do it. We're just going to get everything ready so you can do it and get it done. All right. Also, the thing called the tycoon in the making. Now, tycoon in the making, and I say no kidding, this is where we all get people that have $1 million or more in their business credit. We get together to go ahead and merge our credit together and watch how much we can build each other. Sometimes we can get each other $500,000 within that week, and we meet from Sunday to actually Saturday. We're done Friday. We leave Saturday. So it's a whole week there because there's a lot of stuff I go over. There's a lot of stuff you learn. There's a lot of stuff that we get into, and there's some valuable people in there that understand some things, and they have other assets to address. There's just many things. So again, I want to say thank you for being here tonight. Give us a call, and guess what? Look to see what is in there for you and ask questions. Hey, what about this? What about that? You said this, you said that. I've never heard of this before. Okay, great, no problem. Just because you never heard of something does not mean it doesn't exist. That's the mind of someone that's not had that. Here's the thing: when you've been around a while and you've been through the mill. I tell you, I've had corporations when I started just fail. I mean, a lead balloon floated better than I did, and I'm telling you, it was horrible. It was horrible. When I began to start asking questions, and I said, "Okay, great. I'm asking questions, but where do I go to get the answer?" I began to realize there's a buffet of answers to the one question. This is what they never taught in college. They never taught this in college. That the one question is there's not the one answer. There's a buffet of answers, but I'm looking for the answer that's going to make the most sense at the moment. But to let you know, there's more than one answer. I had one professor that actually told us, you find the buffet of answer, and if that buffet out of that buffet answers the question, you still got the grade for it. He was one that didn't really go for it. The book says this, because the book is not going to be life experience. Your life experience is going to be better than the book. Then you have a piece of paper that says, great, that you can learn. And then learn means this. You're not going to just go with what the book says. You're going to expand your level and be able to be creative for an organization that can actually use somebody that can think for themselves inside of what they've been given. Say, you told me this, and I kind of went over here, and I kind of got this, and I got all this. What do you think? There might be all buffet of answers. We use them all. Or no, we liked what you came up with. Remember, folks, don't be caught in a box. Don't get caught in a box. Most people get caught in a box and they don't know what to do. Don't be the deer in the headlights. I want to say God bless you all. May God be with you. May you all be prosperous what you do for the week. We're looking forward to having conversations with this week. We'll see you on Wednesday. And Wednesday, again, that link will be in the description tonight and in Facebook. So you can click on that to check what I was talking about. Again, how things are going to shift. All right, folks, I want to say thank you very much. You're awesome. Have a great week and a great